What's going on, and welcome to Joe's Geek Show, the video series of We Talk Comics. And today we are going to be talking about, some comic book / movie news that's been breaking ever since the San Diego Comic-Con started going on. And one of those first things is, Jane Foster Thor is going to be in the next Thor movie titled Thor: Love and Thunder. And since that news broke particularly, the internet's been very interesting to say the least, because there really are, two, maybe three different camps about the feelings towards the whole Jane Foster Thor. Like, I remember clear as day when this first happened in the comics, people just lost their minds. Some were claiming that it was an insult to the Thor character altogether, others saying it's a great change of pace, and then there's, I guess, the third side, which is the more moderate group saying, I don't really care either way. But nonetheless, it was kind of interesting to just step back and take a look at, just to see how extreme, either side was going to get during this whole thing going on. And first off, I am definitely willing to admit that I was one of the people that didn't really care for the Jane Foster Thor run. I was definitely in the camp where I'm like, okay, this whole thing just needs to die. And was even joining in the countdown to her supposed death, which actually never happened. But despite how I generally tend to feel about the comic side of it, the movies, they're able to play around a little bit more, and it is quite possible that still with Taika Waititi at the helm, which he did very good with Thor Ragnarok, and after talking to some of my comic book friends who really like the run, I am in consideration of going back and trying the female Thor run again, trying to just get rid of all bias and look at the story as it is, because I'll admit I was very biased the first time around, because I love Thor, I love that character, and I did not like seeing him replaced, I'll admit that. But despite feelings, I say, bring it on, Natalie Portman and Taika Waititi, bring it on. And also coming out, we've got the title for the next Doctor Strange movie being Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness. And the first thing that popped to my mind was John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness starring Sam Neill. And then when I went a little further into the articles talking about the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, it's been said that this is going to be the first scary MCU movie. Still PG-13, but they're going for a more horror vibe. Which makes me think if they're not going to go for that sort of In the Mouth of Madness style and feel where reality is just a concept, everything's going to be all crazy and messed up. And I am so looking forward to seeing and hearing where this film is going to be going. Also, Elizabeth Olsen as the Scarlet Witch is going to be involved. So, I mean, that right there is always a positive. And then on the DC side of things, we've got Brandon Routh returning to the Superman role, sort of. Not his Superman Returns version, but rather he's going to be playing the Kingdom Come version of Superman in this year's CW Crisis on Infinite Earths storyline. And I'm okay with that, because now we get to see Ray Palmer, played by the same guy, meet Brandon Routh, Superman. Weird. I love the multiverse. The multiverse is just fun. But I'm just so on board with this idea because, okay, truth time again, I kind of liked Superman Returns. I mean, the movie had problems. I could actually pick at it and dissect it and say, okay, this doesn't work, this doesn't make sense. But that's not really the fault of the actors. That's more of the director doing his directing. And I'll admit, I did like Brandon Routh as Superman. I think that he got shortchanged and that his performance was criminally underrated. And I do wish he did get a second chance to play Superman again so that he could redeem himself in a way. And now we are finally going to get that. And I'm pretty sure that this time he's going to play the Superman that he always wanted to. He's probably going to do all the things that he ever wanted to do with the character but didn't get to due to the fact that his version of Superman sadly failed. And for the last thing, just, for the fun of it, for all us Power Ranger fans out there, I watched the teaser to the Legend of the White Dragon Kickstarter campaign from J.C. David Frank and Johnny Young Bosch, which is also going to be made by Bat in the Sun. You know, that cool YouTube channel that does the superpowered beatdown and even produced a few other web series, such as one of my personal favorites, Ninjak vs. the Valiant Universe, one of the most underrated web series ever, and I'm just sad that more people have not seen it and talked about it. So if you get a chance to ever check out Ninjak versus the Valiant Universe, I mean, you can find the whole thing on YouTube. There are people that like have recorded it or ripped it off from, it was being shown on Comic Book Resources at the time, and they've cut it together into a movie, but it was a limited time thing, and then that was it. It got taken down. But again, hey, it's here on YouTube. Check it out. But anyway, back on topic. So we've got J.C. David Frank. He's playing a character that seems to be on the run from everybody, and we get a group that's like chasing him, and they go into this warehouse. A big fight ensues. J.C. David Frank is like taking everybody out, and then it turns out that the people that he's fighting is Johnny Young Bosch, who played Adam from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. You got Sierra Hanna, who played Gia in Power Rangers Megaforce, and even Jason Font, who played Wes in Power Rangers Time Force. And as the teaser showed, after everything is all said and done, they start talking to him, saying, hey, you know, you gotta join the fight because you got this power, you're the key, you're special. Yep, once again, Tommy's the most special one. But I don't care, because this is definitely a Power Rangers inspired fan film of sorts, because at the end, J.C. David Frank, he gets some kind of gem thing and suits up in a Power Ranger styled attire, but it's nothing we've actually ever seen before. It's a totally original design, and it's makeshifted sort of between his White Ranger and Green Ranger outfit, kind of similar, I guess, to Lord Drakkon from the comic books, but they changed it. The visor covers the whole face, sort of similar to how Jared looked in Power Ranger Jungle Fury when he was full lion suit. And yeah, I mean, this teaser, it tickled my Power Ranger fancy. And it's a Kickstarter campaign, and I like what I see. I hope it gets funded all the way through, because at that point, it would just be a shame not to have it be made. Whew, boy, that was a lot of stuff to unload, but I've hit every point that I think I wanted to hit, and, you know, if there's any other news that comes out, well, I'll just make another video, because that's sort of how the YouTube game works, I guess. But I would love to know what your thoughts are on everything, from the Jane Foster Thor, to the Doctor Strange 2 movie, to Brandon Routh coming back as Superman, and heck, if you're a Power Rangers fan, what'd you think of the Legend of the White Dragon teaser? Please leave your comments in the comment section below. And if you liked this video, I'd love it if you'd smash that like button, share it with some friends, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and hit that notification bell for more comic book goodness. Alright, take care, have a great day, and as always, stay geeky.